doing the thing. We'll do a happy Halloween live stream because that's what we're doing. Probably let that charge for a little bit. Ooh, happy Halloween stream. I need to open this back up in web browser. There we go. There we go. I am like way too slouched in this chair. Ooh, what's popping in the world today? What is going on in the world? I have absolutely no idea. What up, JD? What up, dude? Welcome to the lives. Welcome to the not so spooky live stream. Waiting for tamales. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds actually really good. JD, my notifications actually worked. Hey, I'm glad they actually worked this time. Happy Halloween, you guys. Happy Halloween, Jack. How you guys doing? You guys got anything like fun, exciting planned for Halloween? You guys just kind of kicking it? Just got a Veloster Turbo. How should I modify it? I feel like this question has come up before. Didn't we talk about this before, Justin? I feel like we did. Start off with just like researching it, see like what tuning like platforms are available for the Veloster, kind of go from there. I have no idea if they actually do like an access port for that car or not, but that's where I would start if I would have just gotten it. Happy Halloween from quarantine. Are you in quarantine, Timothy? I'm sorry, dude. So sorry, my dude. No costume. I still have to get ready. We have like a Halloween party to go to in like 2 hours. So I wanted to jump on the stream for like an hour and a half or so before like having to go get ready and go do all the Halloween things. All the Halloween stuff. So no, not yet. What's going on, AJ? Happy Halloween to you as well, my man. Happy Halloween. Ricardo, such a dope channel, man. Keep up the good work. Love your content. Wish nothing but the best for you and the channel. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it, my man. I feel so bad because I have to go finish wrapping the car. So oh, you're wrapping your car? Ooh, what color are you wrapping it? That sounds fun. I kind of miss wrapping cars. It's like weirdly satisfying and like calming, and it's like chill to do, and you don't have to like run around like freaking out doing installs and stuff. What color are you wrapping your car, dude? Kind of curious. Happy Halloween from being grounded. What'd you do to get grounded, Gavin? What'd you do? I just picked up my first WRX last weekend, all thanks to your videos. And never been happier. Thanks for all your hard work, man. Happy Halloween. Congrats on the car, Alec. Happy Halloween to you. And what'd you get? What WRX did you get? You can't just leave half the info out. I'm curious. What's going on? Happy Halloween, Eric. I want to say it's Eric, right? Am I right? Am I right? I feel like I'm right. I feel like I'm right on this one. A happy Halloween. What's a good wing in your opinion? I feel like this question comes up a lot too. Didn't we talk about this in yesterday's stream with wings? Metallic, matte, satin, purple, Avery wrap. Ooh, G35. That actually sounds kind of fun. I'm kind of curious to see how that comes out. Post up some pictures when you get it done, dude. I want to see it. As for the wing question, I mean, I guess that kind of goes back into what we talked about yesterday. Depends on your budget, what you're using the car for, if it's just for looks, if it's like an actual performance wing. There's kind of a lot of variables that go in there, but get whatever wing you like. I like the APR GTC 300 or the Voltex wing. I mean, there's a lot of good options out there. Yes, sir, Eric. See, I knew it. I knew I wouldn't forget. You remind me enough times when I start to remember stuff. Groovy, happy Halloween. It's one of the last street racing nights here in Milwaukee. FBO and hopefully single turbo next summer. Hopefully single turbo. On the G35? Is it twin turboed right now? What do you have done to the G35? Is this for the G35? Oh, it's naturally aspirated right now. You want a single turbo it by next summer. That would be a fun car to single turbo. That'd be a fun car in general. Crazy similar to my old 350Z, also just a little bit more classy. Raphael, stage 2 is awesome. Why didn't I do this before? Leave restrictor pill in or out. Still debating. Just pull it out, dude. Just remove that thing. Get that thing out of there. Stage 2 definitely is a huge step up over stock. It really does wake the car up a lot more than like factory settings. So glad you finally did it, dude. Caught smoking. LOL. Don't smoke. That's a bad habit. I smoke, and that's a bad habit. Well, depending on what you're smoking. I don't know what you're smoking. But I've gotten a lot work into my SVX, though, so technically I won. Hey, as long as you're looking at it positively. SVX stuff. That sounds fun. I just got done powder coating some brackets for the EG33 that I just needed to get done. Went through, did like a homemade hot tank again, cleaned the parts off pretty thoroughly, got them powder coated. They're all cooling right now in the garage. There's no like fun, exciting parts. They're all just like engine brackets, like the alternator bracket, that kind of stuff like that. But there's more stuff I need to powder. I've been on like a powder coating like trend lately. I'll send you pictures though, Instagram DM. So far it looks good. Sick! I look forward to it, my friend. Fox, what's going on? Happy Halloween, Fox. Happy Halloween, my dude. Probably dumb question, but how much power can a WRX 6-speed handle? Looking at grabbing one from a diesel for the SVX instead of the 3.0R STI trans. So the WRX 6 speeds, I've seen them hold like 350 to like 400 wheel horsepower pretty reliably. Once you start to get past like that 400 wheel horsepower mark, things can get a little bit dicey. But, I mean, for the price, I don't even know what they sell for. I have no idea what the 6-speed WRX transmissions go for. Ooh! Ooh! But, I actually have no idea where I was going with that one. They're pretty decent transes. LOL, I don't want to be annoying. I like my twins in the 3000 GT, but the price I don't like. I don't blame you. Like, any turbo setups out there, there's no, like, super... I mean, there are cheap turbo setups, but no one wants a cheap turbo setup because the whole reliability aspect of turboing your car just kind of goes out the window when you cheap out on that stuff, so I don't blame you. Happy Halloween. Where's your costume? It is in... I don't know, actually. I have to go find it after this. We have a party we're going to later tonight, so figured I'd hop on the stream for a little bit just so could kick it with you guys. Probably be on here for like an hour or so, kind of hanging out, chilling, seeing what's going on. Anyone got any like fun, exciting Halloween stuff going on tonight? Logan, what's going on, dude? He's already wearing it. He is Smedia. I am Smedia for Halloween. That's who I am. What is my opinion on the Cusco chassis braces? I was thinking 24mm rear strut bar, front chassis bracing instead of aftermarket front strut bar. So, I mean, I have Cusco rear strut bar in the BRZ and the C-pillar brace also. They make a little bit of a noticeable difference, but you're not going to see like a huge increase in like chassis stiffness or rigidity just by throwing those parts on there. They'll definitely make a difference, and they'll definitely make the car feel a little bit stiffer, but if you really want like the best like responsive parts to stiffen things up, I would get sway bars. But overall, when you start adding up all the chassis bracing piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, and you start getting a lot of it on the car, it starts to make a lot more of a difference than just throwing like one part on here, one part on here. So if you were to do like a multitude of them all at once, you'll actually feel a difference. But just doing like one at a time, you won't really see much on those. I can get a diesel one for $1,500 with import tax. Ooh, that's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad. Does that include like the rear diff, the drive shaft, all that goodness too, or is it just the trans on that one? Cusco makes good pieces. Cusco does make good pieces. Cusco always makes some solid stuff. I've heard the stock sway bar on the 2015 WRX is already a pretty beefy sway bar. Would it be worth installing a front sway bar or keeping it stock and just upgrading the end links? So personally, I mean, I swapped out the front sway bar in the STI because the STI and the WRX both, I'm pretty sure they both use the same size sway bar. The stock one in the rear on the STI is 20mm, and the front one, I believe, is 22mm. So, I mean, even bumping them up to like a 24 in the rear and a 26 up in the front, you're going to notice a pretty good difference. I would not suggest doing sway bars without end links, because if you just like throw on a stiffer sway bar trying to run stock end links, at some point in the future, you're going to snap your end links, and it's just an annoying sound to deal with. If you're doing it all at once, it's easier just to throw it all on at one time. But I do think it's worth it to put sway bars on the car. It definitely does make a difference. It makes a huge difference, actually. You upgrade sway bars, it actually makes a noticeable difference in driving. What up, Jeffrey? What's going on, dude? Well, it is a VR4, so I don't do anything much, but doing anything requires lots of money, and tuning all currently limited. I totally feel that, my dude. Evan, what up? David, yo, what's going on? Brad, your latest video mentioned bad pitch stop mounts on the 15 to 17 WRXs. Could you expand on that and possible money fix? Yes, we can talk about that one. Pitch stop weld failure. We'll say 15 WRX. So where's a good picture? Where's like a solid picture of oh, right there. So you can kind of see it in the back of the pitch stop where the pitch stop like the actual bracket mounts up to the firewall. they crack. So this is a known issue on the early model 2015s to the early model 2017s. Subaru did release a TSB for it. Let's see if I can get that TSB number actually. TSB pitch stop bracket, maybe. That's images. Where's the TSB? I think Cobb has it in there. What is this? What is happening? Oh, it's right there. Bam! If any of you guys want the TSB, there it is. TSB number 12-210-1. So essentially, if your pitch stop bracket welds crack and fail, Subaru will replace this for you. They have like a revised pitch stop bracket, but they have to pull out a lot of stuff to be able to get it in there because they have to drill out the spot welds on the old one, get the new one in there, re-weld everything, and it's a huge pain to deal with. They do take care of it though, so I mean that is nice. So if you have a car that has had a failing pitch stop bracket, you can definitely take it in. They'll definitely get it fixed for you. It's just an annoying issue to have to deal with. It does, if you don't get it taken care of through the TSB, it can actually get pretty expensive. So if you are going to do it and yours does fail, definitely take advantage of that TSB out there. Doing the strut bars made a difference in my STI, made it feel more comfortable to drive. Maybe I just didn't notice how it felt. Personally, I need like a lot of stuff to actually notice a difference in the car, but just throwing on like a strut tower bar doesn't really make a huge difference in my cars, at least that I can notice. Some of you guys might be able to notice a little bit more, but for me, I just no idea. Ari, want to hang out and watch Initial D? Unfortunately, I have plans tonight. I am sorry, my friend. That'd be kind of fun, though. Do like a weird like Zoom call live stream with a whole bunch of people. I have no idea how that would work, but interesting idea. You said beyond stage 2 on a 15 WX CVT, a boost controller and charge pipe would be a good upgrade. They would be, so the charge pipe will just help airflow a little bit freer from the turbo up to the intercooler and then into the throttle body. As for a boost controller, if you're going to get Pro Tuned, this only is needed for a Pro Tune. If you're going to get E-Tuned or Dyno Tuned, then you're going to want to get a boost controller just to help the wastegate actuate a little bit better and the tuner to be able to control boost levels a little bit better. But I just, like I've always said, I wouldn't push that CVT past around 320 wheel horsepower because that's when they like to get temperamental and throw a lot of fits, and nobody wants that. No one wants that. How reliable was my old setup before I pulled the engine? The STI was solid. I didn't have any issues with the STI at all. The only issue that I had was the clutch not wanting to cooperate anymore and starting to just completely disintegrate itself. But overall, I mean, engine health-wise, the engine was totally reliable. I had no issues with the motor aspect of it. So, like the motor itself, it was pretty solid setup. Yo, he still has to watch Initial D. I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't seen too much of it. AJ, I don't know what that says. I don't know what that says, my friend. Subi Shift, my boy! Finally getting my 2020 STI tuned. Cannot wait to see how much I make. Hey, I'm excited to see how much you make. Let me know. Let me know how much you make after you're tuned, dude. Nexananti? I think I got that one right. Ayo, what's going on, dude? What are your thoughts on doing a build for volumetric efficiency? Can you expand a little bit more on that one, Jeffrey? I'm assuming you're talking about with the EG33 and like a speed density setup. So that's kind of what I need a little bit more expansion on the question on that one. Back to sway bars. How would 19mm sway bars feel on the BRZ in both the front and the rear? So my BRZ, I have the stock STI sway bar in the rear. It's a 20mm sway bar, so I mean it's a good free upgrade since I already had the STI sway bar just laying around. I was going to throw it away anyways. So a 20mm rear sway bar, only because that's what I have to compare to, is a pretty solid upgrade. I believe the stock sway bar size is 13 or 14 millimeters in the rear. I still have the stock one up in the front of the car. I haven't felt a need to swap out the stock one, but if you were to match both front and rear, I don't know, I feel like the car would understeer a little bit more just because you are like doing some weird like driving simulation thing in my head right now. Typically, I always tend to keep the front sway bar a little like less thick than the rear just to make it a little more rear wheel drive happy. I know doing it with STIs and WRXs help balances out the oversteer or the understeer a little bit that the cars experience. I don't think I would match the front sway bar to the rear sway bar. Typically, the front sway bar is always going to be a little bit thicker than the rear anyways. But a 19mm sway bar, if you do it, let me know because I'm kind of curious to see how it feels because I don't have an answer for that one. What's the difference? I can't... Oh, what? Oh, okay, true. Can't use the drive shaft. That's true. You would have to get a custom drive shaft made anyways. You can use the rear diff, though. I don't know if it comes with the rear diff. Some money getting a brake and master from a junkyard. Oh, I don't blame you. We every once in a while, like an SVX pops up in a junkyard. A couple like good Subaru finds pop up in the junkyards up here, but not terribly often. On another important feeling upgrade was the silly brake master brace cylinder. The install sucks. That install does suck. Some of them aren't as bad as other ones. The Perrin one is pretty bad. I will never use the Perrin one again. I had to cut that thing out with a Sawzall last time I had one in the car, and that thing was not enjoyable to cut out. Get the Cusco or the one Tanner got. I love the Cusco. I would recommend the Radium one for you guys that are looking for like a solid master cylinder brace. The Radium one, it's got like a small footprint. It bolts in relatively easily. It's easy to adjust, and it looks good. And it's cheap. It's a cheaper one. I got a 2014 STI, and I just cracked the turbo inlet. Which one do you recommend, buddy? By the way, love the channel, bud. Anytime I do it, I would suggest, honestly, if you're just looking for like an easy one to swap back in, it's gonna suck. If you are, first of all, if you're planning on doing this with the intake manifold on, it's gonna suck to do. The Perrin 2.4 inlet is the one that I used on my build. I've actually used the Perrin 2.4 in a couple STIs in the past. It's pretty, like, it's a good turbo inlet. Like, I wouldn't stray away from the Perrin 2.4 unless you're going with like a bigger turbo. Then you'd use like a 3-inch, but Perrin, pretty decent one. Grimspeed just came out with the new race pitch stop. I'm so like Perrin and Torque Solutions have the brackets. So yeah, Perrin and Torque Solutions both make pitch stop pitch stop brackets to kind of like beef it up a little bit. I've got an install video on it on the channel, but the new pitch stop from Grimspeed, it's just another pitch stop. Like, they all do the same thing. Like, you're just swapping out bushings at that point, changing your marketing a little bit to try to increase sales on a product. Like, buy any pitch stop you want. They're all pretty much going to do the exact same thing. I mean, unless you're going like all out, then I would just like stick with like IAG's competition series mounts and bushings, because that's what I run in the car. But like why are these companies not just making like new products? They're just taking products they already have and just like trying to revamp them a little bit. Give us something new. Refresh us. Introduce something new to the market. I'm just getting a WRX build and starting with the suspension. Do you have bags? Do bags have any performance upgrades, or should I just go with coilover? So if you're going to do bags on your car, something that I learned from doing bags on my STI is that if you're going to do bags, expect to do a lot more supporting mods for the bags. You can't just throw bags on your car and expect the car to handle very well. It's going to feel a little bit boaty. You're going to have to do like a little bit of chassis bracing, some sway bars, some bushing upgrades just to help make it a little bit tighter. If you're looking for something that's just like a track feeling or a really solid feeling setup, I would definitely get coilovers over bags. Bags are a really good option if you plan on doing all of the other supporting mods for the suspension, but if you're just looking to like throw something in there, coilovers are going to be your way to go on that one. Weather cold and fucking icy up here in Alaska. Come do some slidey boys with us. Alaska's a long way away. I gotta drive all the way through Canada to get up there, but it would be cool to go up to Alaska. That would definitely be a fun trip. Discord would be better for watching video. I have never even played with Discord before. I've seen your video about running E85. What do you think about running E100? Great from Brazil. So from what I understood from my tuner is that, at least from my application, anything past like E75, the car wasn't seeing any gains when it was getting tuned. I don't know if that's like a general application for E85 across the entire board, but you guys do have access to E100. I would go around and I would test it to see what the actual E percentage is on that one if you don't know how to test it. I also have a video on that one, but I don't know if you'd actually see any gains past a certain ethanol percentage with the car, where it just becomes minimal or negligible. At that point, you're not seeing very many gains, but you can run E100. I would just be curious to see what the actual ethanol content would be with the car, or with the fuel at least, and then I would at least run like a tank, like just gasoline through it, like once every 3 tanks of ethanol, just to clean out the system a little bit, just to help like clear out any potential corrosion that might happen in the engine. But do it. Totally down for it. I am super picky feeling driver. The GTR actually taught me a bit. The Integra, when it didn't have the strut bars, I could feel the body flexible driving. The Evo I installed a factory losing my mind on that one. I was looking at cars earlier today too. I totally spaced on that. I was looking at cars earlier today. Couldn't find anything that I was looking for, though. Hey, hope you're doing great. I recently bought a 2016 WRX FA20, and my plan is to push 600 to 700 wheel horsepower. Any advice to pushing that much power? You're gonna have to do a lot of stuff. I want to do a rotary turbo and a built block in the future. What do you mean by a rotary turbo on that one? You lost me on that one. But 600 to 700 wheel horsepower, you're gonna be looking at a lot of money to get that thing there. You're gonna have to either really build that transmission, swap out the entire drivetrain with like an STI drivetrain. You're looking at a pretty built block, probably a custom turbo setup on the car, custom fueling. You're gonna have to run port injection and direct injection. Woo! It's gonna get expensive. But I mean, it's definitely possible. It's just how much are you willing to spend on the car? Yo! I commented earlier about STI swapped Baja. I forgot to mention it's a turbo trim. Ooh, can you point me in the direction to how I can begin this build? So I remember we were talking about this a little bit ago. You did get a Baja. Now, depending on what you want to do with it, and you want to STI swap the car, I would first start with the... If it were me, I would at least start with the more expensive bits and start like gathering everything to do the swap. Personally, you can use the engine that's already in the car. Just pull it out, build it, do your bolt-ons on the engine, get it back in there, get it tuned. You're going to be pretty much good to go on that aspect. As for the drivetrain system, I would start sourcing like the best priced transmission, rear differential, hubs, half shafts that you can find, so that way you can start gathering all of the transmission and drivetrain pieces to get that done, because that's going to be the most expensive. Well, that's going to be one of the most expensive and labor induced parts of doing that swap. I've seen a couple STI swapped Bajas in the past. They're definitely cool cars. They're definitely very expensive to do, but I would start by looking for that drivetrain system, just because that's going to give you... It's just going to be one of the most expensive and the most labor-inducing parts, just to get that out of the way, so that way the engine stuff, that'll be cake. That'll all be cake. Ben, what's up? What's up, dude? Is there a top 3 mod list for improving reliability while retaining the warranty? Unfortunately, no. Not that I can give you. Not that wouldn't deny a warranty claim if you were to put one in. See, okay, we're going to go on a tangent for a minute here, because I've been seeing this on Facebook pop up, and I've been seeing people comment on this, and I honestly don't understand. People want to modify their engines to the point where they're okay with pushing the engine to the point where it blows up. But then they try to go through like all of these hoops and like try to like lie and cover everything up to take it back to the dealership to give it covered by warranty. Like, I don't understand. If you're going to go and build your car and try to retain your warranty, you have to be okay with the potential of blowing up your motor. Like, you have to pay to play in these scenarios. I genuinely don't understand. I've seen people say, oh, I'll just swap the ECU out. Oh, I'll just swap all these other things out. The dealership will have no idea and all this stuff. The dealership's going to know regardless. It's just... Been going on a tangent recently about this one. Don't know why, but no. If you're trying to retain all aspects of your warranty and not have any potential for warranties to be denied, or warranty claims to be denied at least, just don't do anything to the motor. Wait till you're out of warranty. Do like cylinder 4 cooling mod. Do like an IAG AOS, larger radiator, anything you can do to pull any extra stress off the engine and put it into those like reliability, longevity parts. Do that. But as for retaining the warranty, there's nothing you can really do on that aspect. You smoke any danks down there in Washington? I'm lit watching you right now. No, unfortunately I don't. I do not smoke the devil's lettuce. I don't really drink that much either. Unfortunately, I do smoke cigarettes, but been working on trying to quit that. It's just easier said than done in that aspect. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, no, I don't. Thanks for recommending the ACT clutch on my 2015 STI. Just got my Stage 2 Pro Tune done. Ooh, pushing 345 horsepower. Thanks for your help, man. Truly the best Subi channel out there. Hope you have a great Halloween. Hope you have a great Halloween, my dude. And it sounds like you got a pretty solid setup there. Sounds like a fun car. Nth Level Entertainment. What's up, guys? Sorry to hear about the BRZ. It's alright, man. The BRZ will be back on Tuesday. The BRZ is getting retuned on Tuesday, so it will be fine. I can still drive the car. It's just terribly annoying to drive. Whenever I'm like coming to, it's just the whole idle aspect and the normal drivability of the BRZ is just like, it's not good at all. Nikki, Haste Media, currently in the market for either a 2014 STI or a 2015 STI. Simply from a modding perspective, what do you prefer? Any recommendation? I love the 08 to 14, but they're getting old. If it were me, I would get a 2014 over a 2015. I personally like the body style better. You're not going to be seeing a lot of engine changes, but you're not going to see any engine changes or real drivetrain changes between the 14 and the 15. So get whatever body style you prefer at that point. You're not going to be seeing a ton of differences on those two platforms. So whatever chassis, whatever body style you like, that is the one. Hey, bro, I'm proud of you trying to quit cigs. They whack. They are. Unfortunately, I did start smoking when I was in the Army, like 8 years ago. It's a bad habit. Just don't do it. Don't do it, my friends. So on the V8 chassis, WRX, the front sway bar should be bigger than the rear. It's typically always going to be bigger in the front than it is on the rear. If you look at stock STIs, stock WRXs, the front sway bar is typically always going to be a little bit bigger than the rear. I believe the stock size on the STI is 20 millimeters, and I believe the stock size on the front is around 22 millimeters on the sway bars. Hey man, I have a question. My buddy gave me his stock STI short shifter to replace my stock WX shifter. Is there a difference going to be worth it, or should I just go with an after his stock STI short shifter? I'm guessing your buddy's stock STI short shifter is the WRX version and not the STI version, because they're two totally different short shifters. But from my personal experience, I would always get a aftermarket short shifter. If you have a WRX, VA WRX, I'm guessing is what you have, or if it's an older one, it's still, I don't know what WRX you have, but Cartboy or Boomba, those would be my suggestions for either chassis that you have. The stock STI one, I mean, it's a small noticeable difference over just like the factory throw, but it's not a massive difference that would make you like night and day. Roy, what's going on, dude? Just wanted to say hi. I'm going to have some fun tonight. Don't forget to have fun yourself. I'll catch up on things later. Happy Spooky Day. You as well, my dude. Yeah, we're going to a party in like an hour and a half or so. So I got about another hour or so before I got to jump off here and get ready. But you as well, dude. Have a safe Halloween. Please let everyone know I've entered the house. Joe would like me to let everybody know Joe has entered the chat. There you go, Joe. Once again, I got you. Nah, man, take the ferry up to Alaska. What kind of ferry goes from Washington to Alaska? That's a long ferry ride. I feel like it's a long ferry ride. How's the weather in Washington right now? It's not too bad. It is actually pretty sunny. We have a little bit of scattered clouds, and I think it's around like 50 degrees outside, so it ain't too bad. Walter, happy Halloween to you, my dude. I haven't seen you in a little while. Hope you're doing well, Walter. I'm thinking of getting Faction Fab Turbo Blanket for my 2017 STI. Do you think they're good? I mean, turbo blankets are turbo blankets pretty much. Typically, I always get like the PTP lava blankets. I've had Steam Speed before. I've had Faction Fab. I've used a lot of different turbo blankets out there. I always prefer turbo blankets over heat shields just because heat shields are like big, they're bulky, they take up a lot more room. I've sliced my hand open and had to go get stitches on heat shields. So at any point where I can remove heat shields, I will always remove them. But yeah, Faction Fab, you should totally be fine with that one. Yes, more deep radio voice for Josie. Rally mods on a 2020 WX, do you think would fit with the JDM scene? These are the kind of mods that make sense where I live, northern New Mexico, I believe, for backcountry skiing. But is it a bad idea style-wise? I don't think it's a bad idea style-wise. I see a lot of WRXs out here that are lifted, that have like off-roading tires on them. They use like Method wheels, or they use like Sparco wheels. There's a lot of like good options out there. I definitely think it still fits in with the scene. But like, who cares what other people think about your car, dude? It's your car. If you want to lift it, or you want to take it like backcountry roads, do that, dude. As long as you're enjoying it and you like it. I should be able to use my stock drive shaft since it's about the same length as the STI trans. Interesting. Those types of swaps are always interesting to do when you start doing like drive shaft stuff like that. Luckily, there's like a local shop out here close to me if we ever do any like custom stuff like that that makes drive shafts for like a pretty reasonable price. LMFAO, I didn't see that typo before sending factory through here. It took me a minute. I double take on that one, dude. The good thing about E100 around here is that they have a little bit of water on them, so does oxygen 110 plus, a little bit of oxygen in the mix. Interesting. Interesting. We don't get a lot of cool fuels up here. My 07 WRX made 240 horsepower with 310 torque on a Mustang dyno. Should I be concerned about the 5-speed? As long as you don't launch and you don't like full send from like first gear, like fully stopped and like launch, you should be fine. I mean, it can't. That's what it does get a little bit dicey. Those 5-speeds tend to turn into soup after a little while. If you are looking to add a little bit more strength to the 5-speed, you can get some more blast plates. They are pretty neat if I can find them. More performance blast plates right there. Bam. So for all you 5-speed owners out there, hey, they're doing a group buy. Are these the ones I'm looking at? Are these the Subaru ones? I believe these are the Subaru ones. They might not be. Yep, 5-speed Subaru transmission. So these, if you guys are looking to add some strength and rigidity to your 5-speed transmissions in your WRXs, Foresters, anything like that, these blast plates are an awesome modification to consider. They help hold the case together a lot more than just the stock trans would. So, I mean, if you are looking for it and you want to make it a little bit better, definitely consider snagging this. I think it's only like, yeah, it's only $265 too, just for a little bit of added security to your transmission. So definitely check out those more blast plates. This is what I wish I would have done to my turbo 5-speed Baja. I traded in my Baja for the Evo X MR Limited LMAO. I was looking at Evos today. I've been trying to track down a specific Evo that I've wanted for a long time. You guys know what it is. I'm trying to find an Evo 9 MR. If I can find like an Evo 9 MR, I might jump on it because I've wanted one for so long. I will find it. I will find one. If anyone sees any good deals on Evo 9 MRs for like around 20K, let me know. Let me know. So I got the Tile 38mm external wastegate and Grimspeed up pipe. Is it enough for the XR Black? You should be totally fine. So typically, depending on how much PSI you're running, I don't know what your tune's going to be set at, but typically you're going to be using a 38mm wastegate if you're running higher boost levels, and a 44mm if you're going to be running lower boost levels. So that 38 should be just fine for your FP Black, depending on like how much PSI you're actually targeting, but you should be solid. What is my opinion about launching the WRX STI? I mean, if you want to do it, do it. Just keep in mind your clutch is going to wear faster. Your mounts and your bushings are going to wear a little bit quicker because you're putting so much shock. If you think about it, when you go to launch a car, you're sitting in there and it's going from not moving at all to as much power as it can make off of the line. And it's just putting a lot of shock on like engine mounts, drivetrain mounts, your clutch, all these other parts. So just keep in mind that if you're not launching your car properly, and even when you are launching your car properly, you're going to be putting added stress on everything. So expect some of those wear items to wear a little bit quicker. But I mean, if you want to launch your car, launch your car. I mean, I've launched my cars before. I mean, as long as you're doing it, you should be just fine. Pyro, happy Halloween to you, dude. Happy Halloween. Cheers all, stay safe out there. Yes, make sure everyone has like a somewhat safe Halloween out there. Locust Frog, what up? What up, dude? Noah, hey, what's going on? Talking short shifters, I bought the OEM short shifter, and they didn't install it when it came in, so they had to order it and install it. They also tried to keep the original short shifter until I requested it. Why would they want to keep that? Why would they want to keep it? I don't understand why. I don't know why they'd want it. Are they trying to like install it in another car that they might like get on the lot to try to pocket one? I have no idea. No idea what they were doing there. What up, Raphael? How you doing, dude? Happy Halloween. Hedgeskis, I want to die. Why do you want to die, dude? Don't do that. Don't do that. Remember IPD. What is IPD? Internal Pickle Department. I don't know what IPD is. WXSTI videos. Appreciate the dono, dude. Corn, sweaty emoji face, fire. Sweaty emoji face fire. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate the dono, my man. Always helps and always goes back into the channel. Do I think the Subaru Ascent... Do I think the Subaru going to come out with the Ascent-based truck? Ascent-based truck. I don't think so. I don't think Subaru's ballsy enough to do another truck after the Baja or the Brat. I think they're just going to end up like killing it right there. I'm so glad that cat just popped up. But no, I don't think they're going to end up doing another truck. And if they do, I don't think they'd base it off the Ascent model. I think they would do an entire redesign on a chassis and kind of base it off of that. But I don't see Subaru doing any trucks here in the near future. 2018 STI, suggestions for aftermarket unequal length headers. I want to keep the rumble. Also, will we ever see a batter built and U-clap? I mean, I'd totally be down. I know Batter is always busy with his stuff. I always got a ton of stuff going on too. He's actually not too far. I think he's only like 2.5, 3 hours away from where I am. My WRX channel is also only about 2 hours away from where I am too. Devin Nimala is also only about 2 hours. There's a lot of people like nearby. Maybe at some point in the future. I know everyone has like a lot of their own stuff going on, so maybe at some point when everyone's schedules line up and we have like an idea of like something planned, it would definitely be cool. Definitely be down for it. Is that merch in those transparent containers by your TV? Yeah. So we have, what do we have over there? Stickers, drive t-shirts, jet tags, air fresheners, toe straps, hoodies, and then I've got more like merch right here. Plus, I totally forgot Halloween sale going on the website. So if you guys do want anything, if I can type, code spooky10. Bam. If you guys do want anything, Halloween sale going on until tomorrow night. 10% off everything on the store as long as you use the code SPOOKY10. But yes, merchandise all back there. Everything ships out from here. So if you guys do want anything, make sure to snag it because I am dropping off some orders on our way to this party that we're going to later. So if you order anything in the next like hour and a half, it will ship out today for you guys. Yo! What's going on, Chase Junkie? There's a lot of chat about the 2008-2013 STIs are bad. What are thoughts? I'm getting one next week. So, not necessarily. That statement is only half true. So the 2008 to 2010s are the more known ones to have issues. The 2008-2010s are just known for slightly increased chances of a rod bearing failure. In 2011 up to 14, they fixed most of those issues, but Subaru also extended out a lot of the warranties in, I believe it was the 11 plus, for known oiling issues. So if you were to have an engine fail, you have like a 100K warranty on the car. You could take it back in, assuming that they approve the warranty claim, which I don't know why they wouldn't, unless the car is like crazy modified or something like that. But you should be totally fine. Just keep in mind that buying a used one with somewhat higher mileage, there's always a possibility for something. You don't know what the last owner did to the car. Personally, I love buying older used Subarus because I always go through there, refresh everything that I can. Fluids, belts, anything that's a wear item comes out, gets replaced. So I would just go through there after you buy the car, swap out like all wear items, all fluids, refresh everything, new spark plugs, the whole kit and caboodle, and you should be pretty solid. I live in the middle of nowhere, great back roads, one track, and drag strip, but no shops. The closest Subaru shop is in Pittsburgh, a 3-hour drive. Ooh! Ooh, I don't blame you. That is a mod. Sounds like, I mean, I kind of wish I had like back roads like that to be able to do similar things out here. Whenever I want to do stuff like that, we just go up into the mountains. We hoon around in the mountains for a little while, but it's always enjoyable too. I mean, I always like going up in the mountains and messing around. Yeah, I wish I would have got the Evo Roman numerals, you guys. They kill me every time. I believe that's 9. MR, I was rather sad with the paddle shifter in the Evo X. I just wanted a 6-speed, and since driving the GTR, I was okay with it, but the turbo lag in the Evo was horrible. Like, so bad. That's interesting. In the Evo 9 that I test drove a couple years ago, it felt like a pretty linear power band. The car was completely stock. I didn't buy the car because it did end up blowing up, like, shortly after I didn't buy it, so I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it. But the one that I test drove felt pretty linear. Felt pretty nice. Tuning in. What up, John? What up, dude? Woo! WXSTI videos. Appreciate another dono, dude. Can you sign a hoodie if I buy one or get it? Yeah, I can definitely do that. I have a Sharpie right here. I can definitely do that if you'd like. Can definitely make that happen, my friend. See the cat. I love it when the cat pops up. It's just a good-looking cat. Good-looking cat. Yeah, neither did I. Oh, wait, jumped one. Can the 5-speed handle 300 horsepower? It can. You should be pretty fine with it. Typically, I see the 5-speeds fail at around like 340 to 350-ish. Somewhere in that like range. It also depends on like the overall health of the transmission. I mean, I've seen some hold more power, some hold less power. I know a lot of people back in the day used to use Scotty's Cocktail for like gear oil in the older 5-speeds, and it worked out pretty well for them. I think Rally Sport Direct still sells the Scotty's Cocktail Mix. That's what it's called. It's just a plethora of different gear oils that people use in a certain ratio inside of the 5-speeds, and they've been pretty solid results from what I've seen from Scotty's Cocktail Mix. But for the most part, you should be totally fine at 300 wheel horsepower with the 5-speed. Yeah, neither did I. I have no clue why they were there. Tried to keep it. Funny part is they asked why I wanted it. Why do they care why you want it? It's yours. Maybe one day I want to go back to the stock and separate That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why they would want to keep your goodies. No idea. I see. Yeah, no, we're actually not too bad on comments today. Just bought the Grimspeed downpipe. Do you recommend anyone for an e-tune? Ambot, Eric at Torque Performance. I don't know if 6-Star Performance does e-tuning, but I would definitely recommend them also. If anyone else has any good e-tuners, those are a couple that I know. Bren Tuning's another one. I see a lot of people go through Bren Tuning too. Hi, I'm 10 and I love cars. This is my first time visiting your channel. Well, what is going on? Welcome to the live stream, my dude. What's up, Smeed? Appreciate all the videos. I can't hang long, but keep it up. Hey, appreciate it. Suicide Subi. Hope you're having like a good Halloween. You got some good like fun plans for the day. My Xbox just turned on by itself. Melanie, are you down here?
Yes.
The Xbox just turned on by itself.
Spooky.
It is very spooky. It's Halloween. I was actually not a fan. Why did it do that? I don't know why I did that. Hello, bro. Just found your channel. How's your Halloween? Well, what's going on? Was good. Happy Halloween to you, my friend. Not too bad, you know. Just figured I'd jump on for a little bit before we're going out to a Halloween party here soon. So hang out with you guys, answer some questions, see if you guys got any fun Halloween plans going on and whatnot. Awesome. Thanks, bro. Anytime, Chase Junkie. Do I trust the Kian blast plates? They are more in my price range. Let's take a look. I like Kian. I have Kian engine mounts in the garage for the EG33. Blast plates. I believe they sell them on eBay. I'm pretty sure like all of Kian stuff is on eBay. Oh no, it's on Import Image Racing? No way! I had no idea. I would trust those. I trust Kian enough to make the engine mounts for the STI. Oh, so I would use these. They are a little bit cheaper too. I would definitely use them. 4-star or 5 stars out of 4 reviews. Do it. Everyone's saying good quality, solid piece, definitely worth it. Kian transmission stuff. Smedia, can you say Happy Halloween to me? Sleepy. Happy Halloween to you, my friend. Okay, let's do it. Let me know how I can pay. Just jump on the website, WRXSTI videos. Go over to just www.smedia.net. Place an order for a hoodie. I will see your order come through, and then I'll do the thing for you, and I'll get it sent out today for you, my man. I will get it sent out for you today, my dude. If you guys haven't been to the website, I figure I will show it. Boom, look at that. It already comes up. Bam, you just go to the website, snag a hoodie, and then we're on our way. We're on our way, my friend. Can you say Happy Halloween to me? Sleepy already said Happy Halloween to you, my friend. I'm on a 5-minute drive from the Heights Point in the East Coast. The roads are crazy tight and really fun when it snows. Ooh, we don't really get a lot of snow out here, but when we do, it's definitely fun. I want to take the BRZ out in some snow with some like proper winter tires. I think that car would be so much fun just to play around with. Was it a paddle shift? If it was the 9... mine was definitely the 9, it wasn't mine. The one I drove was definitely a 9. It was a 4G63. It was a stick shift. It was an MR, so it was a 6-speed. I've been looking for them. I've been trying to find like a solid Evo 9 for a while. Evo 9 MR for sale. They're like stupid expensive. Everywhere that I look, enter zip code 98374. This is the only one that's for sale near me, and it's 42,000 miles. For $32K, I'm not paying $32,000 for a 2006 Evo. They're Volk wheels on there, but I wouldn't buy this thing. I mean, oh, it's wide body too. I didn't notice that. I'm not paying $32K for that though. I just want a stock one. It's gonna be a stock Evo. I want one. I just can't find them anywhere. It happens to me too. It happens. Random update. Random update. Xbox. Oh, is that what it does? Does the Xbox turn on when it gets an update and it just auto updates? I've never been in here when it just, like, auto turns on before. It's a little bit creepy. Woo! Spooky Halloween Xbox action. That's what I'm saying. Just, like, spying on me. It's the government listening in. Most certainly am. Drove through a tunnel 30 minutes ago and made some great Subaru Symphonies. We don't really have a lot of, like, cool tunnels up here to be able to do that stuff. Actually, I don't think we have any tunnels. I mean, there's a couple in Seattle, but I try to avoid Seattle as much as I can. I'm not a big fan of driving through Seattle at all. The roads up there, awful. Absolutely awful. Any experience with a married access port? Supposedly you can fit. So if you have a married access port and you need to get it unmarried to marry it to your ECU, the best way to do that is going to be to send it to Cobb. I think they charge $450 or something like outrageous to unmarry an access port. It sucks. I've had to do it before, but it is what it is. I mean, you just got to pay Cobb if you wanna unmarry it. Sometimes it's a little bit better just to buy a brand new one, depending on how much they want. I know for like other platforms like GTR's, Porsche, it gets definitely a lot more expensive as you need to get one unmarried, or if you buy a new one. So hopefully it's not like break the bank, kind of like unmarrying money. What do I like better, supercharge or twin turbo? Honestly, I like single turbo the best. I'm not a huge fan of superchargers. I like superchargers. I think they have like a lot of good benefits to them. But for me, I don't think I'd ever supercharge one of my cars unless it's already making like a decent amount of power. Just because I know myself, I always want to make more power later on. With the turbo setup, especially on like the BRZ, for example, with the turbo setup on the car, if I want to make more power, we can either turn up the boost or we can just pull the turbo off, put a new turbo on that's capable of more power, and pretty much be on our merry way. But superchargers are awesome. They're awesome cars. Awesome cars. Superchargers aren't cars. Well, I have no idea why I just said that. What is the best aftermarket short block for an 03 WRX? Depends on how much power you want to make, to be honest. IAG makes really good blocks. RevWorks, Crawford, Woolman Performance. There's a lot of people out there that make a lot of good blocks. Just kind of depends on how much power you want to make and what your budget is. Evo prices are way high. I don't understand why. I want an Evo. I just do not want to. I don't want to spend Evo money. It's just 32K. Evo prices are worse than STI prices. Like, I don't understand. Like, you can get a like if we used this one that I'm looking at right here. If we look at this one, it's a 2006 Evo for sale. It's an Evo 8. I believe that one's an Evo 8. And it is an Evo 8 actually. What am I saying? That one is an Evo 8. So it's a 2006 Evo 8. If you were to take a 2006 STI and compare price with the same mileage, we'll say 46,000 miles. If you look at one with 46,000 miles as an STI, you're probably going to be spending around like 20, maybe 23K max. But 32K for this thing? Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I like the Evo X better. The Evo X, I mean, I like it. I talked about this in yesterday's live stream. I cannot deal with Evo 10 interior. This, I just can't. I cannot look at this driving an Evo 10. If I were to sit in this thing and drive this Evo and that's the dash I have to look at, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I came across the Verse Engineering bell housing cover last night. Is that something? I actually have one in the garage that I haven't installed on the car. I'm going to be honest, your stock one does the exact same thing as the Verse one. The Verse one is just pretty much a beauty piece. It's just the stock one doesn't fall off like they say it does in their product description. It bolts on just like the Verse Engineering one does. So I have one in the garage. It's just a beauty piece. If you don't want it, don't get it. I'm going to be honest, it's probably not worth the money. Yeah, that price is crazy high. That's what I'm saying. Woo, WRXSTI videos. I will get that shipped out. I will get that signed. And where do you want me to... I will get that shipped out to you right after this, my dude. I have a couple orders that I got to ship out tonight. So you should see it in like 2 to 3 days, because like 2 to 3 days shipping on all that stuff. But appreciate the support, my friend. Twin charged. We were talking about this on the BRZ the other day of potentially twin charging it. I haven't seen any of them done, but if you were to take like an Edelbrock supercharger with the MAP turbo kit that I have on the BRZ, we could definitely like twin charge that car. I don't know how much power it would make, but it would definitely be fun. Or it would blow up. Either way, it would be fun for like one pull. What do you think about the Evo X versus STI? Are they better? I mean, I think the 4B11 is capable of making power a little bit easier than the EJ257 is. But I mean, personally, I mean, it's not comparing like apples to apples, really. It's more like apples to like oranges in that case. As for like which one is better, I mean, it really comes down to what you want out of the car. I prefer the styling of the STI. I prefer the all-wheel drive system of the STI. I prefer the engine in the Evo 10. But like that's the only good. I think that's the only thing going for it is just the engine. Exterior styling wise, I'm not a huge fan of it either. But yet I have a V8 chassis which looks a lot like an Evo 10 does. But it's, I don't know. There's something about the Subaru model that just like draws me in a little bit more. Why do you like the Evo X or the Evo 9? And what costs more? The Evo 9 definitely costs more just because there's a lot less of them than the Evo 10s. Personally, I like the Evo 9 just because it's like the traditional Evo. You get the 4G63, you get the nice Recaro seats, you get like a basic interior that doesn't look like that interior that I just showed you guys. That looks like absolute. I can't do it. Cannot do that interior. Keep up the great videos. Hey, appreciate it, my dude. Evos aren't made anymore, so they're perceived as rare. I don't think they're rare. I mean, I wouldn't call an Evo rare, but I also don't think that it should be $32,000 for one. Especially the 4G63 engines. No one wants the Evo 10 MR. They're all paddle shifters with no manual. The normal Evo was a 5-speed manual. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I want one so bad, but they're just like they're impossible to find. I think the car may blow up if the internals aren't upgraded. That's what I'm saying. Like, we'd be good on the BRZ for, like, one pole, then it would just obliterate itself. I've always wondered why no one has built an EJ manifold type blower. There's a couple of them out there. There's actually a couple of them for... I don't even remember the name for them, but there are a few. I've seen them floating around Australia. Supercharger STI. Someone did it. Someone did it a couple years ago. I want to say it was like Craftworks or someone. I remember this one. This one was floating around for a while. It was it was local to me. But I've seen a couple of these supercharger setups, but I haven't seen one in person. They're out there. I just don't know where. I also haven't seen any of the like the performance gains from the supercharger setup, but it is what it is. Have a good night, man. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you as well, my dude. Have a safe and awesome night. Mitsubishi gave up and makes SUVs now. They did. So my next car would be a Nissan GTR. Do it! I was actually reminiscing on my old Skyline earlier. I miss it. If I could get another one in the future, I would definitely consider doing it. If it was like the right price. I don't know. I've been going back and forth on it. I miss my old one after watching the videos on it, but I don't know if I'd want to own another one. Do I like SUVs or cars better? Definitely cars. More of the smaller the car, the better in my opinion. I like them a little bit more. They're more fun. They're more nimble. They're more dynamic. There's definitely some like good stuff you can do with SUVs though. What do I think about Mad Souped Up Mini? I used to want a Mini Cooper actually really bad. A John Cooper Works S, the supercharged one. It would be a fun little car to have. Back in high school, I actually really wanted one for some reason. I'd still get one if I could find one, but it is 4:30 my time. I gotta hop off here, you guys. I just wanted to hop on a stream for a little bit with you guys, have some Halloween action going on. I gotta go get ready. We're swinging up to a party here soon. But I appreciate the donos that came in. I appreciate the orders that went through, so I appreciate it. WRXSTI videos. I will get that out to you today, my friend. Hope everyone has a safe and awesome Halloween out there. I will probably be doing another stream Monday night. We'll do one Monday night, just to kind of chill out from the Halloween excitement for today. So once again, I hope everyone has an awesome and safe Halloween, and thanks for swinging by the stream, you guys.